home. We are WNST. AM 1570, Taos, Baltimore. We are Baltimore positive. We are one of those Baltimore positive places I can be. I feel a little gray today because it's really rainy, wintry, gloomy. But today we're going to make the spirits bright, even though this beautiful fish Christmas tree here at Faidley's is in front of me and not behind me. Damye Hahn is here. She sort of runs things around here. She is the fishmonger's daughter that you see in the parking lot next to State Fair and across from El Guapo. In Catonsville, life is always great in the 21228, but it's also great down here at the new Lexington Market. They got like a gingerbread garden over here. I'm smelling cookies in the air. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You're shipping crab cakes all over the world. You're crazy right now. Be honest with me, right?
Getting ready for, yes, this week's going to be nuts.
This is all you're going to see. This is your life for the next 10 days, right?
It is.
Literally.
It is. Actually, 2 weeks. Yeah, all the way up through New Year's. So we are shipping all over our product all over the country. It's the best thing for gifts.
Show them that crab cake.
Okay, so listen.
She's like almost. She thinks she's on WBAL. She's got 2 minutes. She's got to show it all out, put it all. I'm going to see. Listen, I'm going to sit here, eat shrimp with you. We're going to have some oysters proper. We're going to talk about Dan Roderick's show, which we promoted last week up at Gertrude's. Your friends up here, John Shields, my cousin John.
Oh,
I feel like your family. I got to tell you this. So nonetheless,
all connected.
During the plague, I started doing Baltimore Positive about 6.5 years ago now. We've moved locations. During the plague, you were shipping these crab cakes to everybody I know. Brian Billick was buying these things out in Ohio. And these boxes were to the ceiling in the old location. So when I say
next
you
week
do
they'll
shipping,
be to the ceiling again.
This is a serious thing for everyone here who loves crab cakes, ships crab cakes, has family, whatever, that we're going to go sort of step by step for the things you can ship, and I've done this before.
So
you
we
have
ship our crab
freezer
cakes.
stuff, you have fresh stuff. Look at you.
Yes, our crab cakes go fresh because we make them to order. Every single one is made to order. They're never frozen, but you can freeze them once you get them, or someone can freeze them.
I'm gonna hold that up right here.
So we pack them up. We'll this is a dinner for 4, so you can choose 2 of our sides, our famous coleslaw and potato salad, which again is made to order, and then the soup.
I get the cucumber salad and the mac and cheese. That's my jam here. But
yes, that's right. Or the collard greens are really good too. The collard greens, mac and cheese. Anyway, the
cucumber salad. Don't sleep on
it. The soups we do
that's crab
ahead
soup.
of time frozen because the liquid just will run all over the box. But that's the only thing we got in there, that's frozen. But
now,
anyway,
one thing, let me say this, because I had to
pack.
tell everybody this story. I had a horror story about 6 years ago. I did the Super Bowl, and you don't have anybody on that comes on. They've got a celebrity. They sit down. Celebrity talks football, and then they promote their box of food.
Right.
So some company had a box of food, not your company. I'm talking about one of these food delivery companies that delivers every day.
Right, yes.
And they were charming me up, and I give them a card. And I swear to you, this is in late January. I swear it was April. I got out to the radio station, right, because we weren't manning the radio station. And there was a box.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. I walked in. Well, you remember Peter. Peter worked for me. The box got brought into the facility. And the place smelled like something died.
And it had been sitting there for 2
months. I thought,
months.
Did a mouse get in here? Did a raccoon get in here?
Oh, my God. That's awful.
They shipped me salmon.
Oh, my God.
They didn't tell me they were shipping it. This is my point.
Well,
if you love someone and you are shipping Faidley's, you cannot surprise your cousin in Des Moines with crab cakes. Don't. You surprise them when you call them and say, I'm shipping this, and what delivery day? You got to get on this early.
Any delivery day you want. You choose your delivery day.
But you got to tell the person.
Yes. Otherwise, you give them a gift certificate. So what happens, or a gift voucher.
And then we can order whenever they want.
And then they can order, and we don't have an expiration date, so they can order whenever they want with a gift voucher. But what my father has on the website is, we have on there our octogenarian curmudgeon, which he's not, he's a nectogenarian. That does not ship surprises because people could be on vacation. They could be out that day all day. You want them to know that it's coming.
And especially if you're the kind of person that gets your executive assistant to ship it to your cousin or whatever. Call your cousin, let them know it's coming. That's all I'm asking.
Right.
Because this has happened to me.
Or give them a voucher, and the person can ship it whenever they want.
I
They
haven't
call
eaten
us the day
salmon in
before.
6 years because of that smell. No, I'm kidding, but I mean, you don't want to have. What you want to have is fresh seafood, like what we
Yes,
brought here
yes.
today.
Yes. All right. Well, we and this is another thing we're doing. For
I'll
the,
mic you
we
up.
do a lot
I know
of this
I'll
for the
mic you
holidays.
up. You know, I got a mic over
So
here.
these, I don't know if you could see
These
them.
are
These are fresh.
No, you got to hold it up to the camera.
Okay.
right
Okay. Here we go.
Here
Camera.
we go.
These are the fresh. These are shrimp coming out of South Carolina. And they are fresh, never frozen, and they are so darn good. But we can steam platters
Look at
for
how
you.
hot they are.
Right, and they're beautiful,
Like,
but
they're steaming. Here, put the box
They're so
down.
delicious because they've never been frozen. They're actually fresh.
You can't ship
And-
these, though, but this has got to come down here to Lexington.
Well, you
Market
got to
get
come
this.
down and get those, but we do party platters. So if you want 3 pounds on a party platter, if you want 5 pounds on a party platter, 10 pounds on a party platter, let us know. Call
My mother,
ahead.
it ain't shrimp without. It ain't Christmas without shrimp. We always
I
had
know.
shrimp in our
We
house.
always have shrimp for
And I'll
Christmas,
be
too.
honest. I married a woman who leaves more for me. My wife does not like shrimp at all. Not
Really?
a little bit. Not the. She won't cook them for me because it's just something about shrimp with her. Now she'll watch me eat them or whatever. So we have not had.
I don't know.
Shrimp
She
on the
might change
menu.
her mind when she
No,
tastes one of
she's
these.
not.
No?
I've tried that. I mean, I did get her eating crab cakes.
Well-
Damye Hahn's our guest. We're at Faidley's.
And-
This is the Maryland Crab Cake Tour. It is presented by our friends at the Maryland Lottery. Roz, I'm running low. I'm giving out Pac-Man tickets down here. I got Raven scratch-offs as well. We're going to be next week. We're going to be at Amici's in Little Italy on Tuesday. We're at Costas on Wednesday in Dundalk, my homeland. Come out and get some scratch-offs. But from a shipping perspective, this is very
Look.
easy. Faidley'sCrabCakes.com. Faidley'sCrabCakes.com.
And I want to show you. Come on down and
gotta
get a
put this
crab
down,
cake.
it's
Get your seafood for the holiday, and I have all kinds of fun crabby gifts.
Hold on, what
So
is this?
I have tea towels with crabs on them. I have sleigh bells, crab sleigh
No,
bells.
these don't
and
just have crabs. They have
socks
crabs and Christmas trees.
and crabs
Hold on,
and
I've
Christmas
never
trees.
seen nothing like
Yes,
this.
yes.
You know,
And
you're going to
and-
get me singing the Crabs for Christmas
You know,
song.
oysters for your tree. I've got wonderful
Crabs
candles. We
for
recycle the
Christmas.
candles and have
Crabs for
Royal
Christmas.
Soaps is helping us out.
This
and,
isn't crab.
Annapolis candle. No,
Hold on,
but,
this is a
but it's a
candle.
real can. It's one of our cans that we recycled. So we had a candle company put the candle in there, and they last like 120 hours, and they're fabulous.
Look at this. This
They're-
doesn't smell like Old Bay, right?
No, it
okay,
smells
or
like
J.O.
driftwood and sea salt.
Hold on, let me smell it.
And then we have these awesome
You can't
bags.
give me a candle and not
I
smell
know.
it.
We have these awesome bags that we put a lunch
nice.
for 2 in. It's a great Christmas
That
gift.
smells like soap I would use. That's
So
nice.
you get these lunch bags with the crab cakes in them and the salads, and you can take them and give them as a gift. It's a
That's
great.
neoprene.
It is. It's
All right.
awesome. So we have all kinds of fun Christmas things. Come on down and
What is
join
this?
us.
These are for napkins.
Sleigh bells. No,
What?
these
What are
You
these?
hang them on the door, and so your door jingles when
Oh,
you open the
man.
door, and you can train
This would
your
drive my
dog.
cat nuts if I did
But
this.
people train their dogs to jingle them when they need to go outside.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling.
So
ring,
how to
sing,
train your
sing,
dog is
sing.
on the New England Bells
Because
site.
it's lovely weather for a crab
Yeah.
cake together with
Yeah,
you.
see? Blue crab, red crab.
Giddy up, giddy up.
Oh,
let's
and crab
go.
cookie cutters. Make your cookies out of crabs. Crab cookie cutters. We got it all.
What?
Yes. Yep.
Give me
Isn't that fun?
The
You
hell?
got to make a crab cookie cutter. Crab cookie.
Sugar cookie? Are
Yep.
you a sugar
There
cookie
you
with
go.
that?
Yep. A crab cookie. I got all
Damye
kinds
has
of fun
thought.
stuff.
I didn't know you were doing this. I thought you just did
Yeah,
oysters
oh,
and food
no,
and stuff.
No. But you come down, get your lunch.
Are those oyster socks?
And oyster socks, crab socks, great stocking stuffers. Come visit us for lunch. Grab a couple fun things. Grab a shrimp platter
Whoa, whoa,
for
whoa,
your
whoa.
party.
Is this your first Christmas at the market?
My
It's your
first
first Christmas at the new market.
at the new market? Yes, it is.
God, it feels like you've been here. Feels
I
like your
know.
mother's been staring at me the whole time
I
here on the
know.
walls.
We've been
the-
here 9 months now.
Well, and this is fun for you too, because you got the tree. Damye calls me. She's like my mother. She calls me hour before the show, and I'm freaking out, thinking like something's wrong. How's your dad? How's your mom? You know, I think the worst, right? It's raining out, and she's like, I just want you to know, there's a big Christmas tree with crabs all over it where your table is. Just move next to it. So, like, literally, you have this amazing tree here, the crab tree here.
Yeah.
that's a part of the gig. And there's your mom, by the way. Show her on the wall.
Yep.
Damye Hahn's been our friend here and our partner for a long, long time. I got to set my camera up, get it all ready, get everything ready here. Matt Gallagher's going to join us today. Robbie Leonard's going to be here later. Ruffin Bell's going to be here from Coppin State. But we just want to encourage everybody that, we talk about shopping local and local Saturday and then there's the Amazon Tuesday and spending
Local
money
fun.
all over the world or whatever. There's so many ways to support local businesses, whether it's a gift card or whether it's shipping food or whether it's gifts or all this stuff or just
Crab
literally.
cakes to go.
And this is something really important because my wife is leaving as we do the show soon. She goes up to New Hampshire. She runs Wild with her sister, runs Wild with her dad. And they have all of these things that they do every Christmas. They go to these same restaurants, do the same thing. And I know you have some people here, but for people that are traveling in, I got family coming in on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and they want to see Baltimore or whatever. To me, if you've got family home, because this really was only been here 2.5 years, Faidley's has only been in here, which really kind of completed the market for 9 months, 8 months, 9 months. Bring your family. If you have people coming in and you want to get a crab cake, and you're like, bring them down here.
Yes, it's
come
a
down
great
here because
experience.
you've decorated the place out. Parking was $1 an hour, and I can see my car. I literally can see my car from here. You can come down here for lunch in the afternoon. When are you and aren't you open holiday hours? That's because Christmas is wacky. It's a Wednesday.
Yeah, we're open 10 to 5, 10 to 5:30 on Fridays and Saturdays.
Monday, 23rd?
Yes.
All right, Christmas Eve, no.
23rd, yes. Christmas Eve, we're open. Yes, we're open until I think it's 4 o'clock.
So you
we're
can
here.
literally come down and grab crab cakes on Christmas Eve for people.
Absolutely, and shrimp platter if you want, or oysters or oysters on the half shell. We got all kinds of great stuff. Crab dip. We have a whole list, and it's on our website.
I love your shrimp salad, by the way.
I know. We have a whole list of items that we cater for the holidays.
All right. So just order it online.
Call us to order those things. Our online, we just turned over a new website, so we're a little bit slow on the online orders, but it's coming.
So today it will be 1 year since you catered my family weird sponsored thing we did with Dan Roderick's up at the BMA. And I haven't had you on in a while. I did the oyster tour. I did 26 oysters, 26 days, 26 ways. I had you on right before we began. You and James Bond from Living Classrooms gave me a whole... Roderick's did a whole thing with John Shields last week at Gertrude's on the oyster police. There was some oyster federales, that there were oyster beds, and the mafia was involved 100 years ago.
Oh, my gosh, yes. There were oyster wars. There were oyster wars, yes. You would not believe some of the things that went on in history with the oysters.
Well, I'm going to eat some shrimp
So,
here.
I know.
So tell me what else is going on. Give me, while I eat, you got a million things on your mind. You're racing, you're vacationing. Your mom, first off, mom and dad are well. Dad was a little bit struggling earlier in the year, doing better.
Yep.
So you're opening Catonsville, and you're trying to get, because people.
I
get that question as much as you do. People come up
know.
and say, when is, because the sign's been up for a long, long time.
It has, but it has. The thing is that building is 100 years old. I know, aren't they amazing? Sweetie, could you grab us some napkins?
I need napkins. Yeah, I'm a mess. Thank you.
The building is 100 years old, and unfortunately, as beautiful as that building is, it really wasn't very well maintained. There were a lot of
Well, and you're opening a restaurant, too, so it's never really been that kind of business, right? It was a wallpaper
exactly.
joint, right?
So it didn't have the proper water size lines. It didn't have the proper electric, and all that had
How
to
old's
be
the building? 100 years?
100 years.
Wow.
So I took out one of the electric panels that still had cotton cord connections to it. So we had to really gut the thing and put in a massive amount of plumbing, electric. We're going to be putting a solar roof on the top. There's just so much that had to be done. And now we find out that structurally, that we've got some other issues that have to be dealt with. So it's taking a lot longer than we thought it would.
It's such a great community, right? I mean, you live on that side of town. We know of each other through Don Moeller and everything. And, I texted with Evan Brown earlier today from State Fair in Beaumont. By the way, we are going to return here to Faidley's a cup of soup or bowl week. It's going to be the week of February 3rd. We're also going to return to State Fair over there, and I know you're getting closer and closer to getting things done over there. Can you give our audience, because people drive by and they're like, it was a wallpaper place, and it's Faidley. Is she going to open a fish market? I mean, she's a fishmonger's daughter. And listen, Nacho Mama's closing down this week. You saw that, right? So Finn and I are very close. We did the show at Mama's on the Half Shell up in Owings Mills about 6 weeks ago. I had no idea this was coming. And I see Mama's on the Half Shell versus Nacho Mama's and think Scunny had a different concept. It was more upscale, a little different. I don't know that Faidley's was ever a concept, right? This is sort of an evolution.
It's much more of an evolution.
Much more of an evolution, right? I mean, and even you're moving 100 yards to the new market, and everything in here sort of looks like the old place. This isn't a new concept. This is what you were doing across the street.
Correct.
What you're doing in Catonsville is not what we know as Faidley's, right?
No, it's not. It's not going to be a duplicate. That's why the brand extension of the Fishmonger's Daughter. It's going to be Faidley's the Fishmonger's Daughter because it's not going to be the exact same menu as here. We will have a small fish market in the front of the building, right when you come in.
But this is going to be an elegant restaurant.
It's going to be a sit-down restaurant. Yes. So we have,
and I bet it's going to look like it's been there 100 years, right? Like it's not. It's not going to be ultra modern.
I've
been in your home. This is going to be a really. It's going to be appropriate.
It's going to look like it's been there,
right?
As long as we have. And that's what we wanted. So the Fishmonger's Daughter will be the first floor. It's more of a restaurant, less bar area, but there will be a raw bar a section. You'll be able to get the raw oysters at any table service. But then, so we're not ignoring our past. So we'll have the raw bar piece. We'll have all types of Maryland seafood. Local seafood,
You're gonna have
East
these
Coast
shrimp,
seafood.
specifically
we
these
are
shrimp.
going to have these shrimp.
My God, these are good.
They're the best shrimp in the world.
What is going on? Why are these so good?
Because they're fresh. They were caught 2 days ago.
These are really sweet.
And they're tender. They're so much more tender than anything that's been frozen. The flavor is so much better than anything that's been farmed.
I learned stuff with you, man. I mean, and it's shrimp. My dad would get the boxes of the frozen Gulf shrimp coming home from the point.
And they're good.
Right.
But these are better. And if you were down in the Carolinas, you'd be getting these fresh shrimp. But we can.
I don't want to go there. I want to be here in Maryland
right
now.
I know.
And if I'm down there, I can ship things from Faidley's. I don't need to be down there right now.
But they, if you have these with your crab, with your Maryland oysters, it just like completes the whole. Actually, we have some really great shrimp in the Virginia waters, but they're kind of out of season right now.
Well, I've been trying to learn about oysters. I did the Oyster Recovery Partnership with you and Will a couple months ago. I don't say what I learned about oysters, but you were my guiding light. I mean, literally, you're the reason I did it. I ate oysters in a way and think about them in a different way than maybe I ever did, because as a kid in East Baltimore, it was a shucked, lemon and cocktail sauce on an oyster.
Hot sauce, yeah.
And pull an oyster roast, and as a kid. My mother never made an oyster in our house never cooked an oyster. I had never been offered a cooked oyster other than on the Half Shell in New Orleans, which I went through 12 years ago, so I was in my 40s, before anyone had offered me a grilled oyster. Now, Rockefeller, because of the cheesy and the spinach, I probably got on that in my 30s or 40s. I'd had that as a cooked oyster item. But I would say it's the only way I'd ever eaten a cooked oyster in my life was in a Rockefeller.
Uh-huh.
And then you brought me those fried oysters about 2.5 years ago. We got to talking about them. I'm like, it tastes like fried chicken. That's what I learned. When I went up to the Hamden, I want to get her name right because I keep confusing Urban Oyster and Charm City. I'm mixing names. But up in Hamden, they did a fritter with an egg on a Sunday brunch. And I'm like, blew my mind. And then the things you can do with an oyster with toppings, not just cheese and spinach, anything.
Right, anything.
Bacon, oils, vinaigrettes, mignonette sauce.
Right. There's so many things you can do with an oyster.
I just did cocktail sauce and thought that was the only way to eat an oyster, and I'm dumb.
Yeah.
And you're making me smart.
And there's so much you can do with an oyster. And oyster stew is fabulous. I mean, we love scalloped oysters. All kinds of oysters are fabulous.
Do you do
And
oyster stew here?
you know what? We haven't picked the oyster
That's a
stew up.
special
It's usually a winter item for us, but we haven't picked it back up again yet.
Free plug for
We're still
Riley's Oyster, because I've known him forever too, and he's in my neighborhood. Who's kind of my wife when she was ill. I went in his place unannounced on a Monday night. I had some friends in there, and I ordered just a cup of oysters because I was eating oysters every day.
Right.
And only so many I can eat, right? And that was my day to get the stew, and it took him a long time to make it. It didn't come like in 3 minutes because it wasn't like they ladled it.
No, you have to
They
make it
made
fresh.
the stew.
Yeah, you have to make it
And
fresh.
it was unbelievably delicious.
Yes,
And I only had I had
and
oyster
there's
stew.
only a couple of ingredients, and it's so good.
I know I'm a little young for the pepper mill, but I went to the pepper mill, and that's the other place I had the oyster stew. Very similar, buttery, rich, creamy.
Right. It's butter,
What
cream,
have I been missing
celery.
out on all
I mean,
these years
it's-
by not knowing the Divine and Hahn family, Thank God you're here to teach me things.
And then, so we'll have that plus more. We will have some meats. We will have some chicken and things like that on our menu at Fishmonger's Daughter. So it'll be a full restaurant. And then the upstairs is going to be called the Plymouth Room, and then we have a 5,000 square foot event space.
That's a real room.
It's a real room. It's a great big square room. It's where they baked. It's where the Heidelbach family.
200 people
bakery.
you could do for an event
Yes.
there, like in that range. 20
Two-
tables.
250,
Okay,
yes.
all right.
And
What's coming? She promises in the summer now. We're summer, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I'm shooting for July. So if I can get it open sooner, we'll get it open sooner. But somewhere between, they're telling me April. But you know how that goes.
You know
I'm shooting
what?
for July.
And then you add 90.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Any construction project. I've been in
Yeah.
my condo. It's going to be done at the end of the year. No, it'll be done in the spring. You know what I mean? You just add 90 days.
Yeah. So
what are
anyway,
these shrimp?
There are fresh shrimp. Those are the only ones we're selling right now. We sell the 5-pound boxes of Texas shrimp. The frozen ones, so you can come in and get a 5-pound box if you want. You kind of get a discount.
The best part
on the
is
5
I don't
pounds.
have to share it
But
with my wife.
These
She don't like them.
These are fresh Carolina shrimp. And we
You
sell
ordered
a
a
load
pound of them. I'm like, I can't eat a pound. I've already eaten a half pound.
No.
Matt's over here looking at me right now. So
Yep,
Matt
yep.
Gallagher's going to join us next. We're going to talk about the city, government, leadership, Democratic Party, Republican Party. I'm talking a lot about the Democratic Party today because I have Robbie Leonard here because I hit him on Facebook and we got into it wasn't just a debate that I wanted to bring on the air. And he loves Faidley's. When I said, you want to come to Faidley? Yeah, I'll go to Faidley. So he'll be down here a little later on.
But you can ship to your friends, family, the crab cakes as a gift. You can ship vouchers, and that is all done online on our new website. So visit us on Faidley'sCrabCakes.com.
Keep going. Now, the more you talk, the more shrimp I get to eat. Because I fix
Well, you're
my
taking
hands.
home what you don't eat.
No,
so.
but I mean, they're warm. They're just, I'm squirting a little lemon on
you
that.
got to come and enjoy.
And then I'm getting into that. I'm making a mess here because I'm from
Come
Dundalk,
get some
but
oysters. Come get some shrimp. Come get some crab cakes.
God.
Order your crab cakes online.
I love
know.
this show.
I know.
I love my
You
sponsors.
lucky dog.
I know. All right. We're Faidley's. It's all brought to you by friends at the Maryland Lottery. I have some scratch-offs to give away here. I'm going to go give them away when I wash my hands. Man, when your hands smell like Maryland,
I know.
that's when you
The
know
Old
the
Bay.
holidays are
Yep,
good, man.
yep.
Back for more at Faidley's. All are brought to you by Jiffy Lube Multicare. Luke is on his way to Ravens training camp literally as we speak. Ravens have 3 games in 11 days. I'm going to need some shrimp. I'm going to need some beer. I'm going to need some relaxation. And we're going to get through this together. Back for more from Faidley. Stay with us.
Come visit us.
All right, please do.